Hello, everyone, and welcome to the stream. Tonight we are joined by, of course, my dad, Phil. I'm pretty sure you all know him. And we are also joined by Brian. He's appeared in a few of the videos here and there. But yeah, we're pretty much going to get right into it. I should probably let you guys say whatever you want to say first. So, Dad, go ahead.
What do you want me to say? I'm here.
Whatever you want to say.
Well, start asking all kinds of questions. Whatever you want to ask, go ahead.
Tonight's the night to do it, as is every Sunday night. So first up is Six Flags Great Adventure getting a new entrance. Dad?
Well, I would imagine something is happening. The front entrance is getting kind of old. Could use some maintenance. But the amount of time you spend going through there, I mean, depending upon what you're considering the entrance, are you considering like as soon as you come off the parking lot through security and, through the whole ticket booth and then through the turnstiles, or do you mean like the actual entrance into the park?
Yeah, I mean, I think either one definitely needs improvement. I mean, they've been very old for a while now. I mean, they haven't been updated. I wouldn't know. I know you would know, but it's been a while, so they both, I think, could use an update. Brian?
I would think they would, the security, because, they just have a tent right there for the security. I would think they would redo that to actually make it more permanent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. Next up, one thing you hate about Great Adventure. Ooh. Well, I think the biggest one is the crowds. Not necessarily how crowded it gets, more so who goes. Unfortunately, from them drawing from New York City and Philly, we don't exactly get the greatest group of people coming to the park. That's for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say clientele.
Dad?
Definitely the clientele, and sometimes the operations, like getting into the park, for a while weren't very consistent. Like with the opening of the parking and the opening, having you out by 5:37, then you would get into halfway down the road. For a while, it was different all the time, but it seems like maybe it's getting a little more consistent. It seems to be a little better.
Mm-hmm.
But the clientele, definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. Damn, no love for Nitro in the polls. So I actually do have a poll in the chat right now about what coaster they think is best at Great Adventure. And if I take a look right here, looks like El Toro was winning in an absolute landslide with 85% of the vote. No surprise there. And then Ka and Jersey Devil both look like they have one vote. Yeah, no love for Nitro, unfortunately. Between Jersey Devil and Toro, what's your favorite ride? Toro. Toro, because it's more intense for starters. It has some of the most insane airtime, and sure, it kind of has a weak middle bit, but the Rolling Thunder Hill, the switchbacks, everything about it's just insane. Dad?
I'm going to go with Toro, but Jersey Devil, we've had a lot of great experiences with Jersey Devil. From the speculation, we actually got to see this great new coaster from very beginning to riding it on media day and riding it over 100 times as we sit here right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Toro. It just, start to finish, it's a good ride, whether it's an empty train, full train, whether it's in the morning or at night. It's just a fantastic ride. Jersey Devil is more like, all right, you got to ride that later in the day when it warms up.
Yeah, definitely. Your top three at Dorney Park. That I actually need to take a second to think about because it's always changing. Dad, do you have one set in stone or no?
It's not really set in stone, but it's kind of like Possessed, Steel Force, and Talon, but no particular order.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going number one, Talon, then Steel Force, then Hydra.
I think so. It seems like I said, every year mine changes. From what I can remember, in, I guess, like 2020 and 2019, I would say my top three was number one, Talon, number two, Steel Force, and number three, Thunderhawk, which might sound crazy, but back then it gave some like crazy strong airtime. This year it felt a little more tame, but we're going back in way less than a month now, so I guess I'll see if that holds up. But if I had to say now, it's probably 1 and 2. It's a toss up between Steel Force and Talon. And then number 3, it's definitely not Hydra. Maybe Possessed. Probably Possessed. I think that makes the most sense for me. Do you think it would be smart if JDC added a back row line, a single rider line, and a front row line? I don't think it'd be smart if they added a back row and front row line, but a single rider line is like a must-have right now. I mean, I should maybe I shouldn't say that because the lack of a single rider line helps me out to a point, but it's just kind of strange they don't have a single rider line set up for it.
Yeah, I don't think it would be. I don't think it would be too easy to add it at this point either.
No,
I don't think they need a front row or back row. The way that train just constantly rolls, just keep it the way it is.
I do think it just surprises me that on the exit ramp, they don't have it split into two. Like they didn't make it a little wider and make it split between the exit and the single rider line, because that is the perfect spot to have the single rider line come up. You know, the operators are loading trains right there. They turn around if, there's an empty seat, pull a single rider in, and they get right on, usually in the back row. I think that would make sense, but I don't think that's going to happen. What's the update on El Toro's repair from being closed due to the fishtailing on the rear car on the train? It looks like the track work's done. I mean, I can't say for sure. And car 6, the car that had the incident, is sitting on ladders, I guess, ready to be installed onto the track. I don't know. Hopefully it'll open soon.
I have no comment. Hey, it'll open next year. Let's just put it as that.
It'll definitely be open
It's a nice
year.
Surprise.
If you can have a dueling coaster at Great Adventure, what would it be and why? Brian, you want to start off?
A dueling. I would do a dueling mock coaster.
Ooh.
Like a multi-launch.
That'd be sick.
Just because Mock's been doing some interesting things, and to see what they could come up with a interesting layout.
Dad?
I see possibly East Coast Racers somewhere. There's quite a few places they could stuff it in if they really wanted to.
Mm-hmm. I think that either a coaster similar to West Coast Racers or some kind of dueling GCI, like a family GCI, to kind of like be, I guess, I don't really know the word, a second coming, a stepping stone, a second coming of Rolling Thunder, or just a dueling RMC. I mean, that'd be sick too. That's what should have happened with Rolling Thunder, but oh well, I guess. Speaking of Dorney, are you going to Coaster Madness? Yes.
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 When are Coaster Power Hours? So Power Hours for Frightfest are, I guess, well, now that it's October, every Wednesday and Thursday night, open from 5 to 11, I think.
It's not October yet.
It's about to be.
But the last Power Hours will be, this week it'll be on Thursday.
Yeah, this week it'll be Thursday, and then the week after that we'll start the Wednesday Power Hours. It's totally empty during Power Hours, so if you decide to go on a Saturday night or a Sunday night over it, you're crazy. If you can go on a Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday night, go then instead of a Saturday or Sunday night. I highly recommend doing that. What ride that is no longer there anymore would you like to come back for one day only to Great Adventure? Wow. That's a really good question.
That's tough.
I personally, because the only coaster that's defunct at Great Adventure that I got to ride was Rolling Thunder, I would say Chiller. Chiller just looked so cool. I know Dad, you have ridden every coaster to ever be at Great Adventure. That was open. So you probably have a pretty good opinion on this.
I was a big Scream Machine fan, believe it or not.
I would have to probably say Ultra Twister just because I never got to ride it, and I think that would be cool to ride that style of coaster.
That was pretty cool.
That looked sick. Pretty good, Lucan. Pretty good. Have you enjoyed Frightfest at Great Adventure this year? I think it's probably the best Frightfest so far this decade, I would say. I mean, I was young in the earlier part of the decade, obviously, but like in recent years, this is the best Frightfest yet.
Yeah, this is definitely the best Frightfest that I can recall, without a doubt.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, you're not the only one that just wants Rolling Thunder. I wish it was still here because it was such a perfect coaster for Great Adventure. It's just weird that we don't have something like it. There's no old coasters at Great Adventure anymore other than Mine Train. Let's see. Do you think Six Flags would work with Intamin on a coaster? I know they work with them for flat rides, but for any coasters in the future. Also for the Dueling coaster, maybe the Dueling inverting GCI model. So I'll actually let Brian start, then we can go to Dad, then finish off with me.
I think once we get to see with the new Intamins, with Pantheon down in Busch Gardens, I think they might eventually see like, hey, Intamin's doing some things that they want to bring back into the park if the price tag's right, because Great Event or Six Flags Corporation is always about kind of the price of the rides more than the quality.
True. Dad? Oh, your face is
I would love to see another Intamin come into the park, but Intamins are pricey. And just like Brian said, I'd be surprised if they had another Intamin coaster in the park. I really would.
I mean, oh, wait, I'm covered. I just might as well stop doing this. Judging off of the way Six Flags seems to be going after buying a B&M, I'm hoping maybe they'll start doing higher price investments. And if I'm not mistaken, coasters like, I guess, Conda and Pantheon, they're not really that expensive. If I remember reading correctly somewhere that Conda was only around like 15 million, which is around the same price as Dr. Diabolical's Cliffhanger, if that source is right. So I don't see it as out of the question for Intamin to come back to the Six Flags parks, but they have a lot of maintenance issues with King Ka, El Toro, Superman Escape from Krypton, among other coasters. So that kind of makes me question it. And as for the Dueling GCI, I think that would be really cool. The only thing is you cannot put that next to El Toro because it would make El Toro kind of redundant in the eyes of the GP. Or even just having it at Great Adventure in general might make Toro seem redundant in the eyes of the GP. Next question. Yes, I am. It says it right on the bottom.
The one and only.
Do you think Wildcat at Hershey Park needs a RMC treatment? I don't know if RMC is best choice. I think a Titan track would be cooler, just like as a test for the Titan track, like full scale. I rode a coaster with the Titan track, which is White Lightning, of course, and that was like so smooth. So if they like maybe reprofiled it a little bit and did the whole layout with Titan track, I think it'd be pretty good.
Yes, it definitely needs the treatment. There's no question. That's it.
It is a pretty bad layout, so it would probably benefit from that.
I'd have to go with the Titan track, though. And
yeah.
I think because that was GCI's first wooden coaster, I think they should, rightfully so, give it the Titan track, be the first Titan track one.
Mm-hmm. I definitely agree.
All right, Cobra.
What type/style of roller coaster would you like to see them build next? You know what? We can start off with Brian because I'm sure he has a pretty good idea.
Well, me personally, I'd love to see like a wing coaster, something different, or like a mock coaster. But think about it. What they really should do is a gravity group, like Kitty wooden coaster, almost like Oscar's Wacky Taxi or Kentucky Flyer. That would be in the price range of Six Flags, and now that you're going to probably be concentrating more on the kiddie rides anyway the next 2 years to try and sprucing things up. It'd be a nice little addition to the kiddie area.
I would definitely agree with Brian on that, no question. Oscar's Wacky Taxi is great. It'd be a great step up for the kids once they get tired of Little Devil and the other rides, and then they can work their way up, kind of like you did, Colin, with Rolling Thunder and everything else.
That's true. I used to go back and forth between Rolling Thunder, Skull Mountain, Dark Knight, Blackbeards when it was called Blackbeards. And then once I was tall enough for Toro, I rode that like crazy. But I think that a premier dueling coaster honestly would fit that park great, because obviously their only launch coaster is Ka, and Ka is like the most insane launch coaster in the world practically. So it's not really something to get people started with at all. So I think if they had like a more family-oriented launch coaster like West Coast Racers, I think that'd be really good. The Gravity Group idea sounds good. My only concern is the lower capacity, because those trains can only hold like a max of 20 people. And considering Great Adventures crowds, obviously, I don't know that the capacity would be enough. A GCI would probably be better just because it can hold just a little bit more people. But Jersey Devil had a almost 2-hour wait last night, and I think part of that is popularity because it's brand new, but I think it's also because of the capacity. So I definitely think they're going to start like really focusing on higher capacity coasters, which is also why I'd like to see B&M Dive Coaster come to the park if Dr. Diabolical is successful. Next question. That's more of a question for you, Dad.
Well,
because you're in it.
I'm in it. Let's see if I can move this camera around a little bit. So we've got the Atari game. We've got our pin board. We've got a Cedar Point sign up there somewhere. You got me. You got Galaga, Miss Pac-Man. You got some signs on the back. That table has all the Coaster Dynamics models that we're still kind of didn't do anything with. And on the back wall, you'll see a good, cool picture by Bob on metal. And then you'll see some signs. And you'll see the Hydra sign that we won at Coaster Madness last time. That whole wall right now is empty. I've got some plans for that. And then you got all the magnets on the back, the TV, and then there's a haunted rocking chair right there. See that haunted rocking chair? Pretty creepy. So,
well, what are your plans for it?
For what, the rocking chair?
No, for the room.
We got to get some poster maps up on the wall, like the Great Adventure maps. We have some cool pictures. We got this picture from Tom when we went on there. If I can get it in here, everyone can see that. It's a pain in the ass to do that. But Tom put this picture together, this bunch of pictures after our trips this summer, which is pretty cool. And then we got to hang up some other stuff we got. We have, this is from Media Day that Bob had taken. This is a photo tile. Pretty cool, right? And then we have some Rolling Thunder track in here. We're support, actually. And we have the King to Ka cable from Thrillathon. And then we also have the piece of Toro track. So I just got a new toy. I just got a plasma cutter. So I have a few things in mind to make some displays with.
There's the answer to your question, I guess.
Yeah, maybe it was a little long. I don't know.
Do you have an idea of what was wrong with Jersey Devil throughout this past summer? I do. And it was the wheels. So at least the main thing was the wheels and the wheel assembly. Jersey Devil and Stunt Pilot used a new wheel assembly that was different from the prototype Raptors, and they were having some pretty big issues with them. I don't know exactly what the issues were, but they had to replace them all. And then Stunt Pilot lost a wheel. So that made Jersey Devil close. And then because Jersey Devil has double the amount of trains as Stunt Pilot, it took even longer for Jersey Devil to be fully inspected. And plus, it's in New Jersey. New Jersey is really strict about inspections. And it opened. So I know it doesn't sound like I described very much, but that's because New Jersey is so strict with inspections and whatnot. So it took forever for them to clear Jersey Devil again. Best Six Flags park and best Cedar Fair park. Best Six Flags park that I personally have been to is Fiesta, Texas. Best Cedar Fair park, I think, no question, is Cedar Point.
Well, I'm going to say Fiesta, Texas, but I do like Great Adventure. I mean, Great Adventure is probably one of the best home parks to have as far as Six Flags goes. Best Cedar Fair park, it's got to be Cedar Point, but Kings Island is nice too.
Yes.
And I'll leave it at that.
It's Fiesta, Texas is the best Six Flags park, just the atmosphere down there and everything. Cedar Fair is Cedar Point. Just being out there on the peninsula and just looking at a skyline of steel is just fantastic. But I will say Knott's Berry Farm is another good Cedar Fair park out there with the whole ghost town area and just all the overall everything that it has to offer, not just coasters, but you could ride in a stagecoach that goes around a loop. Like it's a pretty cool park.
What kind of job would be best for funding a coaster trip? Asking for a friend. Dad, you want to answer him?
Well, Tom, first off, a job would definitely help, without a doubt. So there's a lot of jobs out there. Whatever way you can make money the fastest, do it.
Would working at a park ruin your thoughts and experience with the park? I'm considering working at Cedar Point or Universal, and those places are so special to me, I don't want to ruin it. I know, well, Brian has personal experience working at Great Adventure, so I think you're probably best to answer this.
Probably best. I worked in high school. I worked for 5 years at Six Flags. The first year I was in games. The last 4 I was in rides. I was at Scream Machine, then I was at Superman, and then I was at King Ka. It did not ruin my experience. I still enjoy going to the park. I will say I don't ride Superman as much because as the employee, you're the tester for the morning. So every morning you have to get up and ride the ride before any guests can go on it. So now I don't really care for Superman because I've ridden it so much, but it's honestly not that big of a deal. But I think it's a great experience. And Colin, I think it's a great summer job, really.
See, I would do it. Oh, God, I got to stand up here to fit over this. I would do it, but it's difficult to get my dad to drive me there every day because I wouldn't want to make him do that.
You could pay me.
I'm not paying you anything. And I don't know. I think I would rather do what my current plan is, which is much more local. But it's tough to answer that question. Obviously, I can't really answer it from experience, and neither can my dad. But from people I've heard, from people I know, specifically Tom, he said don't. So I guess there's a pretty wide range of opinions on it. It's up to you, though. If the money's right, go do it. No. Dollywood, I like the Six Flags Great Adventure banner behind you. Where did you get it? I'm going to assume you're talking about that one, if I can angle it right. There we go. That one.
Opening day.
My dad got that, and it just so happens to be in my room. There is a Lightning Loops one right there, and there's a Rolling Thunder one right there. Rolling Thunder, which one did you have, Dad?
What?
Which one was a Grimace? The Lightning Loops one?
Yeah, I think it was Lightning Loops I had.
And then we bought Rolling Thunder. But yeah, it is pretty cool to have pieces of the park's history like that.
But that one's from opening day.
Yeah, the Great Adventure one, that yellow one, that one's from 1974 opening day. What's your favorite roller coaster at Great Adventure? I think we all have the same answer. Toro.
The Bull.
Toro.
Jersey Devil's a good second, though, and Nitro's a good third. Ka's a good fourth. I know that order might jumble around for you guys, but I think the big four at Great Adventure are incredible. Would Six Flags Great Adventure ever build a new wooden coaster? That's a good question. I hope so. I mean, I definitely think we need something to kind of fill the void that was left by Rolling Thunder. I would love to see GCI, like I said. I really wish Rolling Thunder was RMC'd. That's not really a wood coaster, though. But with Toro there, they got to be careful with what they put because they don't want to make Toro redundant.
I would hope they I don't think anytime soon, but I would hope, like I said before, a nice kiddie gravity group one, or even like a GCI, like Texas Stingray, something that's like a twister layout that would be different enough from El Toro. That's like, all right, El Toro is the big out and back. You're getting airtime. Get something that throws you around a little bit, in the tight turns.
Yeah, I would agree with Brian on that for sure. And it would be cool too if they had like a little Woodstock Express, like those little wood coasters that are in the Cedar Fair parks would be cool too, just for the kids.
I definitely agree. And really quick, we're gonna pause for an ad break.
We gotta get that money.
Yeah, I gotta throw an ad in at one point. I'll give it about 10 seconds because I know not everyone gets an ad, and I don't want anyone getting an ad to miss it. So give it like another 5 seconds. All right. Hopefully you're back from the ad break. We're going to move to the next question. What's the best food you've ever had in any park ever? Same question for drinks, adult and or non. Dad, you can start.
That's tough. I mean, I think probably the best food besides Epcot, right? Because Epcot's just good food, is great food. I would have to say Busch Gardens Williamsburg. That Marco Polo restaurant's pretty good. And since I'm kind of limited what I can eat because I have Colin with me, I can't really try everything, unfortunately. And the drinks, like if it was regular drinks, I don't know. It was tough call. I mean, it was pretty cool at Holiday World when you could just go up and keep filling your drinks. Same with Lake Compounce. And so that was pretty cool. And then, of course, the freestyle machines are pretty cool. And the adult drinks, that's a tough call because there's quite a few places that have some pretty good bars. The Sky Bar at Great Adventure is pretty good. I tried one of those drinks with Brian last time, those Frightfest drinks. And that's about it, I guess.
I would have to say best food would either, not counting the Disney and Universal parks because usually they are a step above the other parks, would probably be Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, or Holiday World. They had like the whole Thanksgiving dinner plate thing that was really good. Drinks-wise, non-alcoholic would have to be Holiday World. That you have the refillable soda cup whenever you want. It's just free soft drinks through the whole park, which is a nice thing that you don't have to worry about staying hydrated. Alcohol would have to probably be at Busch Gardens. They had the wine tasting. You get a little card, and you can go to each country in Busch Gardens and get a little glass of wine. Yeah.
So, food, I know I'm picky, but I'd say my favorite food was at Marco Polo at Busch Gardens Williamsburg. It was like really, really good.
What did you eat?
I had the flatbread, I believe.
Dude,
and,
come on.
And then can't forget to mention the cinnamon bread at Silver Dollar City in Dollywood. It is really, really good.
Well,
and
sugar.
Drinks.
What do you expect?
Yeah.
I'm going to change it up for the drinks. I'm going to say what my go-to drink is at a park, and that is Powerade or Gatorade, whatever's there. If I can't have that, then I'll just settle for like lemonade or something, usually.
Oh, I got to say another thing for the drinks, because when Joan and I went out to Knott's Berry Farm, they actually have a boysenberry like soft drink. It is really good.
That does look pretty good. What's the over/under on how many days until Colin and the co-teacher for anatomy have words with each other? It's been bad.
It's going to happen soon.
And it's not going to be just me.
No.
37 days?
Less than that. Dad?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. We should. Brian has some really cool stuff behind him. Like, a lot of really cool stuff behind him.
Yeah, I got quite the pin collection behind me. So I made a fancy pin board with some coaster track or whatever. But I have, like, Cedar Point. I have all the Cedar Fair parks are kind of here. Then I have, like, the Six Flags parks. I have the Disney rides, Universal, Hershey Park, and then all the Busch and SeaWorld parks. And then up here is just Great Adventure pins. This one, though, is I got to go to Hard Rock Park the opening year. Well, the only year it was. So I have a special one for that. So that's kind of that's my little collection of things. And I also have another one that I recently made. It's from Mickey's Runaway Railway. They had the whole train car. And I actually, with the help of a friend who has a cricket store, Making Sunshine on Facebook, actually made this.
Wow. That looks great.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Wow. You want to see more of Phil. You will.
There I am.
Another one. With the wheel issue, is that why it ran so slow? I mean, I guess the old wheel assemblies made it less faster paced than the original Raptors. That's why it's running so fast. And it looks like we have a super chat from John. How about instead of Johnny Rockets, Five Guys, and then instead of Primos, put Chick-fil-A in there in those spots? I mean, I like Johnny Rockets and Primos. It's fine. Five Guys would be interesting because it's definitely. I mean, actually, I don't know, because they're just franchising the name, and the burgers are going to be the same anyways. Chick-fil-A, I think, would be smart to have in the parks because it's incredibly popular. So I think I'm shocked they. Well, yeah. I'm shocked it's not already in the parks, but keep Primos because you got to have some kind of main pizza brand there. All right, let me see.
Honestly, for me, I say that they should do more in-house stuff. Like, get rid of the franchises.
Yes.
I want to see these parks be creative. Like, food is such, especially with, like you have so many food festivals now. Let's be creative and be more, like you said, Dollywood / Silverado City has that cinnamon bread. Like, certain parks are known for certain items. Great Adventure is not really known for like, oh, you go here and get this. Like, they should be a little more creative to be like, oh, I'm gonna go to Great Adventure and I got to eat this every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree for sure with that, without a doubt. If they put a Chick-fil-A in, you'd have to get Flash Pass for Chick-fil-A.
You would. It'd be ridiculous. Next, video ideas. So, funny you say that because literally right before this live stream started, I had just finished uploading a video onto YouTube. It's not like published. I put them in YouTube, keep them private, and schedule them for later. The next video to come out will be tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. That will be the Frightfest vlog from Friday. We were just there. After that will be why Nitro is a great ride. Continuing the series that started with Green Lantern and then Batman, doing Nitro now. And after that will be the El Toro Public Thoughts video, which if you didn't already know what that is, check out the Jersey Devil one. We have a whole bunch of people giving their thoughts on the ride. And probably a few other videos continuing popular series, I guess. Not too sure what we're doing after that. No. What's the ride you've ridden the least amount of times at Great Adventure? I don't know flat ride-wise, but coaster-wise, it is 100% Superman.
It's definitely Superman for me.
I don't know, because when I worked there, I rode it every morning. So Superman, I clocked in some runs. Probably, I guess, well, it was Blackbeard's Harley Quinn.
Well, I'm happy to know that you still love it. Thanks, Brian. Universal would be much more of a commitment, but I think I want to start with Cedar Point. That's a good idea. I know El Toro Ryan. I'm sure you all know him. He worked at Cedar Point for a little while, and he seemed to really enjoy it. I know Cedar Point has some pretty good housing set up for their employees and whatnot. So if that's something you want to do, I would definitely recommend trying it out. It seems like a cool experience. Do you think it would be cool if they did add a dueling premiere like West Coast Racers, but called it Chiller for memory pretty much? I've had that idea in my mind since I was a little kid for them to bring back the Chiller in some way. I just don't think they'll theme it to not only a dead ride at Great Adventure, but also a horrible movie. I think something themed to Mr. Freeze would be absolutely sick. Mr. Freeze definitely is not a dead character. they're still using the Riddler, and he was in the same movie as he was actually before Mr. Freeze. Yeah, that's how long it's been since Riddler's been used. So I would love to see something like that themed to Mr. Freeze.
I don't think they should. Chiller had its time. Let's properly don't bring it back just because things did happen with the ride. There's a reason why it's really not here. And you don't want people, the people that know it don't want that like memory, like, oh wait, it's back, because general public will just see a name and think, oh, this is the same ride or whatever, and you might get the same connotation with something.
Yeah, it's just like Cedar Fair with Son of Beast. You'll never see a Son of Beast again. You won't see a Chiller either.
I definitely agree. Next question. Hydra front seat or back seat? Back seat, because every time I ride front row, it is rough as hell for no reason. Every time.
Yeah, I got to go back on that one too.
I'm just going back because you get the whip off the drop.
That too. I definitely think there should be another coaster in Movie Town. I think Movie Town should definitely be themed to Gotham City. I mean, it just makes the most sense anyways. That way, the continuity of the Metro Narrows Bridge actually like bringing you from Metropolis to Gotham City, that would make like a lot of sense.
Yeah, they could put in a dueling. They could put in a dueling coaster, and they could call it Wonder Twins. That's a DC. That's a DC property.
Yeah, well, that's a very dead property. Be digging up the grave for that one. Does Hurricane Harbor need an update and new rides? Yes. They need to like double the size of that place, put a whole bunch of new slides, give them a water coaster. That place needs a lot.
No, it needs a water coaster.
Yeah. Thunder, just all they have to do is clone Thunder Rapids or the one that's at Great America. That's all they have to do. Just clone it, put it at Great Adventure. That's it.
You got to get staffing too, though.
That's true. And I think next year, parks will have less issues. I will not work at Great Adventure for various reasons. But there's plenty of people in the Jackson area that can work at Great Adventure, and they're choosing not to, which is weird to me. Because if I lived in Jackson or anywhere around there, I would be bolting to Great Adventure for a job. Best food, Dollywood or Hershey Park? No question, Dollywood.
Dollywood.
I've yet to be to Dollywood, so Hershey Park has good food.
Yeah, probably. I am a very picky eater. Let's see. Do you guys have any other hobbies / interests other than roller coasters? I have a few hobbies and would love to hear what you guys like to do. I know both my dad and Brian have a couple of shared hobbies, so have at it.
Go ahead, Brian.
I'm a mechanic, so I have cars, kind of part of my other interests, and I have a jet ski, so I go jet skiing, and big Eagles fan and Devils for hockey, so I have those kind of hobbies to keep me busy.
Yeah, for me, I have a big shop here, a real big shop. Can pretty much do anything here, make anything, fix anything, and that's kind of what I like to do. Just fix stuff. And of course, go places. I got a old BMX bike. Well, a big BMX bike. I like to ride a lot too. I used to be in BMX pretty big when I was younger. So I still kind of do some of that. And then of course, all the Marvel stuff. You see the video games up here, the old school stuff. Some other stuff too.
So as for me, I'm very much into, I guess, media production, like filming videos essentially. Obviously I run this channel, so that kind of explains that. I'm also massively into the MCU, watch all the Disney Plus shows and whatnot. I've been watching ever since Iron Man came out. And I'm into a lot of movie stuff and whatnot. Yeah, that's an accurate statement.
Not everybody in the house thinks that way though.
Hello, PA Roller Coaster Fan 2021. You'll have to change your name next year. Great Adventure. Well, that's all amusement parks. I mean, especially in the Six Flags chain. I mean, they all need to step it up. I mean, granted, they could just drop the prices and it'd be acceptable. but we don't really have to worry about that, obviously, because we have dining plans. But I don't know. I think food quality is fine. It's acceptable. But yeah, I think all theme parks could definitely use with a bit of better food levels and whatnot, food quality levels. Yeah, I mean, I know Chick-fil-A is at some of the Cedar Fair parks. I see the big cow that's at Cedar Point every time I walk past it. And I'm pretty sure Hershey has one or two as well. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting. All the big parks use Coca-Cola, so I could see them all using Chick-fil-A too. Yes, Bob. Oh, we have another super chat from John. So is it confirmed that the DC Looney Tunes rights are set to expire in 2027 or 2028? Not sure if Time Warner will renew. That's an interesting thought, actually. I would love to see the Looney Tunes rights gone just so that Six Flags stops using them and like focuses on more unique things. I mean, we already see that with Little Devil. They're totally getting rid of Looney Tunes in that part of the park and going with more original themes, which I think is cool.
You suck, Colin. You want to put Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck out of work? I like seeing them walking around the park.
They're old.
So what?
I mean, granted, there's nothing good enough to replace them. But
no, there isn't. There isn't. Those are good characters to walk around. I would imagine that they'll just renew the rights. I don't think they would. I don't think they would stop.
Yeah, I would think they're going to renew that. I don't think there's no bad blood or anything. They'll just renew the contract.
Yeah, probably. All right, let me see. Where were we? We were right. Oh, wait, we already did that. Yeah, we skipped that. Let's do a vote. Phil or Colin?
I vote for me.
Let's start a new poll in the chat right now, actually. Great idea, Lucan. All right. Phil or
Loser pays
Colin?
for the next trip?
I guess I'm always the loser, right, Brian?
All right. There's your poll. Have at it. If Six Flags changes food, they should keep Po' Boys because Po' Boys is very good. I forgot that's even at Great Adventure. It's like a really small location on the boardwalk. I don't think any of us have ever eaten at it.
Oh, I didn't know that was there.
I've never
You didn't
eaten
know
it.
that was there? We walk past it like all the time when we go
Would
to
they have
class.
seafood?
I don't know.
I would think it is, but I've never eaten there.
Are all these is El Toro? Yeah, they are. Colin would lose unanimously. Well, I guess we'll see. So far, there are 8 votes for Phil and none for me. So you might be right. I see 1 pity vote from someone that felt bad. I hope. A Bob Collins. Yeah, we'll do that after
that
this
was
one's
good.
done. That's a good vote. Well, the Bat came back as a new coaster. Of course, it started with another name, but it's happened. That is true. That is very true. Maybe a Flash/Reverse Flash dueling launch. That is a really, really good idea, actually.
That is a good idea.
You can
That
have
would be
one
pretty
kind of
cool.
like Superman Escape from Krypton, just more of a premier coaster where it's, one side facing forwards, the other side facing backwards. That's actually a really good idea.
That's really cool.
That's like the best idea I've heard all night. That's very creative. Bob is your best friend until he finds a way to tear you down emotionally. Damn. Students have told me that if I didn't pick on them, they thought I didn't like them. Tough love. Interesting. Resurrect one defunct coaster for one ride before it disappears again for good. What's your pick? I'm leaning
Ooh.
Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah, I would have to get that.
I got to think about that a second.
That or Volcano for me.
Oh, yeah, Volcano. No question. Forgot about Volcano.
I'm going Big Bad Wolf just because I didn't get a chance to ride it.
Yeah, me either.
I wish I could have ridden that. It looks so
But I did get a chance to ride Hypersonic XL at
Ooh,
Canyon,
that's good.
and I'd love to ride that. Launch was insane. So I would like to that launch one more time.
good. Yeah, that's another ride. King's Dominion has like the best defunct coasters.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Dad. There's many ways.
Ooh.
Did Colin ever ride the Big Bad Wolf? No.
No.
Did you, Brian? No, right?
No.
None of us did.
No.
Let's see. Oh, we have another super chat from John. I missed it. Unless regional parks start to get more popular, are you referencing? What are you referencing?
Oh, the licensing, maybe.
Oh, with the licensing? Yeah, maybe. That's kind of how most people are in general, but I guess that makes Job a master of constructive criticism. Let's see. I wonder if Cedar Fair has Chick-fil-A under a non-compete. That's true,
Ooh.
but Hershey also has one. So.
Yeah, Hershey Park has it, so I don't think.
It could be a radius. Could be a mileage radius.
Yeah, but Dorney Park's what, an hour away?
That's true too.
Mm-hmm. Hershey has Moe's, which rocks. I know you guys are gonna laugh at me for this. I don't even know what Moe's has. I don't.
I wouldn't either because you wouldn't let me go in there.
You could go in there. I just won't go in there.
Yeah, Colin will just go in and go right out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Scully XFN.
Oh, this is Francisco. He's got a pretty cool gaming channel. So if anyone's into Fortnite, check him out.
Cool.
Alrighty then. Phil Collins, best 80s drummer. One of the best.
I have to go with Neil Peart from Rush.
Brian, any opinions?
I can't think of a good 80s drummer right now. That wasn't prepared for that.
Bugs, and all the other Looney Tunes characters equal dead.
Fucking cold.
Whoa,
Cold.
language. I mean,
I don't know.
maybe the new, what's it called, Space Jam movie resurrected them a little bit.
Oh no, that killed it. That might have killed it.
Or maybe killed them. I don't know. It had, what are the other effects?
If you
Probably
watch
what I'm
Space Jam,
thinking
there's
about,
no way you
Colin.
care about these characters anymore.
Yeah, they're not very popular anymore.
I don't know. I had my daughter, 6 months old, met Tweety Bird and enjoyed him.
That's good. I think it is probably a good time right now for another ad break. See you guys in a second. All right, I'll give it like another 15 seconds.
I don't see any ads.
Yeah, I don't see any ads either.
Not everyone gets an ad. Sometimes I gotta press it twice to make sure the ads go through.
Damn, I am smoking you.
Yeah, I figured that. All right. Hopefully you're all back from the ad break now. I'm gonna end the poll, and so it didn't fare too well for me now. Looks like my dad got 95% of the vote, and I only got 5% of the vote. I think that means I only got like 1 or 2 votes out of 19. So thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. The next poll is Bob or Colin. So let's put that up. See what the results bring back. Very curious to see how this one goes.
I'm gonna vote for Bob.
I don't know that I would vote for Bob. Alrighty. Next up. True, I saw Great Adventure at 5 in your amusement park awards poll. Rides-wise, yes. Overall, no. Yeah, I was actually kind of surprised to see Great Adventure in the top 5 for the awards. I guess people really, really like Great Adventure. I mean, I really, really like Great Adventure, but I was just surprised to see it so high.
Or that's the only park that people go to.
That's true. That's true. A lot of my audience is from New Jersey. If this would, why is this not?
Dead air.
There we go. Okay.
There it is.
Can you hear me?
I do now.
Okay, yeah, I lagged out for a second there, I guess. Will any of the MCU characters that don't currently have rides get them in the near future? Well, considering literally only like a couple of, well, no. How should I word this? All of the lesser popular Disney parks can add them. And the 4 most popular, or at least the 4 most well-known, can't add them. So hopefully characters like, I don't know, Doctor Strange, Scarlet Witch, Loki can get rides in the future at like Disneyland, all the foreign Disney parks. I think
Disneyland Black Widow will get a ride.
I don't think after how badly Black Widow bombed, I don't think it's gonna happen. And all
Or a
that, all those
lawsuit.
lawsuits too. Yeah, that's a messy situation. Also, from what I see, no trips for Colin or Phil for a while. Yeah, that poll really didn't benefit either one of us. Phil, what's the first coaster you dragged Colin on?
Ooh, well, let's see. Colin first went to Great Adventure in, what year was that?
2008.
2008.
Matter of fact,
the picture.
There we go. This, let me make myself bigger here. This right here is my first ever ride on the log flume. There's little me. There's my dad. And there's a family friend. As you can see, oh God, I can't.
Uncle Johnny.
Number 13 was the boat number. That just so happens to be my lucky number. Quite the coincidence, I guess.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess Toro.
Probably, I would have to say we probably went on Roadrunner Railway when we were there.
Yeah.
Because you could get on that. I would say you went on whatever was at Keensburg, right?
Well, no. What I got dragged on.
Dragged on?
Like forced to go on.
Toro.
Yeah, Toro.
Because I stuffed napkins in your shoes and your snow boots because you're way too short.
All right, so we are like around the halfway point of the stream. Going to try to end it around 9:30 since it's a Sunday night. So we're going to try to get through the next few questions because there's a lot of them a little faster. My mom did Big Bad Wolf and Steel Phantom. Wow, that's quite the accomplishment. Hello, Brian. The other Brian. That was my poll response, LOL. What is better, Ka or Dragster? Ooh. After Coaster Mania this year, I'm going to have to go with Dragster.
Oh, it's Dragster. The lap bars, so much better.
Dad?
It's Dragster. Ka's a little more intense, but Dragster overall.
Mm-hmm. Damn, Phil, you're cursing at me now. I see how it is. Universal has made the amusement industry more competitive than when Disney ruled it. I'm hoping Time Warner to buy back the chain. I don't know. I don't know. I think Mike Spanos is looking to lead the company in the right direction. Colin got one pity vote. I guess that's for the last one. No, that was not a fair poll. Let's see how the Bob versus Colin one is going. Oh, I'm winning. Let's go. I'm winning. 60-40. Screw you, Bob. I'm winning. I have no clue who that is. Oh, wait. Wait, no. I don't think that's who that is. No. I have no clue. As Bob predicted, one pity vote. You should have voted for Colin. I'm the right choice. My mom wants to know, does anyone have those miniature roller coaster models or the wooden models? Dad, go grab them. What are your thoughts on them?
Might have some for sale, too.
Okay, let me highlight Ryan because he has them ready. There is Scream Machine.
I came prepared. This is the Scream Machine one. And this is from Cedar Point, though. The new boat ride.
Oh, yeah, Snake River Expedition. That one's so cool. What I do have with me, actually, I can't really take it down.
Toro right here, Kyle.
All right. Hold it higher and closer.
Wait. That's Toro. And then there's Ka.
You're freezing.
But I also have, if I could grab one.
But overall, they're pretty good, cool little models.
Yeah, I think so.
I enjoy the wooden ones much better.
We didn't.
Oh yeah, we didn't build that yet. We have the Jersey Devil one and the Toro one.
Yeah, and the Toro one.
They're really cool though. I definitely think. I mean, if you're considering getting them, I would definitely check a couple out. Buy one first, see how you are at constructing it, then buy more. Depending on your abilities, they can be either an absolute pain or a breeze to put together. Oh yeah, there's our Jersey Devil pillow.
I do think the wooden ones are a little bit better to put together though than the metal.
Yeah, I mean, we wouldn't know. We didn't put them any together yet, but it seems like they might be. They just added their big. Oh yeah, that's right. Avengers Canvas just opened, and yeah, I don't think. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout seems like it's probably really cool with the Guardians of the Galaxy theme, but to change Tower of Terror like that is definitely a crime. I agree.
Yeah, I know. Me and my wife were out there. We were a week before opening of Guardians.
Oh,
there was no soft opening.
Dang.
So I have photos in front of the ride sign and an attendant saying I can't ride.
Wow. Oh, hold on. I got to scroll back up. There we go. Keensburg. That is an underrated amusement park.
It's old.
Keensburg. It's very old. It's very, very history rich.
You gotta go.
It's in a very interesting state right now. I don't really know how to describe it. It's Keensburg.
Go on the go-karts, though. The go-karts are like the best thing there.
Yes, the go-karts are very fun. Don't ride Looping Star.
Unless you need the credit.
You can't ride Sea Serpent.
No, so not anymore.
You're basically just going for the haunted house, sure shot, and go-karts. So.
The haunted house is good.
Yeah, isn't it from Asbury or somewhere else? I feel like I'm thinking of
the wrong Buccaneer ride is really good too.
Yes, Pharaoh's Fury is good.
Yeah, the Buccaneer ride is good.
How do you feel about Scarlet Witch getting her own film in the future? Apparently it's in the works because WandaVision and her character as a property have been getting a lot of love from people. I thought WandaVision, right? So it was an interesting series because it was kind of all over the place. I thought the ending was pretty disappointing for WandaVision. I did like the post-credit scene though. I'm hoping that she has like a very, very prominent role in Doctor Strange. I think that's going to happen. As for her own film, I don't know because WandaVision was kind of like just a very like weird mess. Like it came out fine, but it was messy. I don't know. I think it'd be interesting to see that. They're probably going to go for that, just judging off the direction they're going.
I don't know. WandaVision was pretty good. I at least enjoyed it. I thought it flowed pretty good, and it would be good to see her get her own movie. I think they could do a lot with it, and like you said, tie in Doctor Strange and go into Phase 5.
That's true. What, Dad? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we'll get to it. If any of the people that voted went on a week-long trip, okay. The gap is narrowing. I'm at 58%. Bob is at 42%. I'm still winning though.
So. As long as we had sand remover, you might win, Bob.
What do you think Cedar Point is going to replace Wicked Twister with? I have a fully thought out theory for this, right? So listen, here it goes. Max Air is going to be gone. Tiki Twirl is going to get moved. Damn it, Dad.
That's the clock.
I know, yeah. So Tiki Twirl get moved. Kitty Kingdom gets totally redone. I think right there you should either have a GCI or a Mach Extreme spinner. I think that'd be really cool too. And Kitty Kingdom should get another coaster, like a small coaster, and have it rethemed to something, I guess, more generic. I don't know. It's tough to say what to do with that, but I definitely think a big new coaster needs to go there to kind of make up for the fact that they're losing one of their iconic rides on the Skyline.
I'm gonna go with they're getting the Dueling GCI right by the boardwalk.
There's not enough room for that.
They're gonna do something, and they're gonna announce it at CoasterCon next year.
I guess we'll see.
I kind of agree with Colin that they're gonna get rid of Max Air, move some stuff around. But I think just a nice GCI coaster. What's his name? Tony has been saying for years that he's wanted to put another wooden coaster on the beach. So I don't even see the Mach spinner going there. I just see it's going to be a wooden coaster.
It's definitely a good possibility. What about Kings Island?
What are they going to get, maybe?
No, I don't think so. If he's still in the chat, he'll probably send another message. Yeah, Bob had a real great experience at Keensburg. We saw, we had a very good adventure there. We saw Looping Star sitting on the ground, and we were told we couldn't ride Sea Serpent. We at least got to walk on the beach, I guess. get ice cream. That was about it. Yeah, it was pretty fun. I liked Looping Star, a crazy coaster where it feels like you're sitting on the floor of a homemade car.
Yeah, pretty much.
I've ridden it a couple times over the years. I've elected to ride the kiddie coaster more often than that. I just wish, like, I know the Wildcat kind of got destroyed pretty bad from Sandy. I wish they went with something else. Like, I know Keansburg is not exactly the most rich park, finance-wise. So I get why they went with Looping Star, but I think they would have been better off going with something else. I mean, I can't think of something off the top of my head right now, but I just wish they got something that was not Looping Star. That's the best way I can put it.
And just be
They
thankful.
got like a hurricane from Fun Spot.
Yes, a high miler would have been awesome,
Yeah.
but then again, the only high miler in New Jersey was also in the ocean during Hurricane Sandy, so that would have been a bit of a weird look. Keansburg cannot be overrated. Unless you're crazy and are absolutely in love with that park, then I don't think it can be overrated.
That would be great.
Man. Yeah, Steel Pier is an interesting place. If you ever decide to, I guess, unfortunate yourself to go there, be careful, be alert, and don't stay for long. That was the only park I've ever wanted to just get out of once we got the credits. Like, it was sketchy. Really sketchy. We were over there on like but what day was
Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday or Thursday night during, it wasn't even peak summer season.
No.
It was like the very beginning of summer, and it was sketchy. So be careful. Better Hyper, Nitro, or Apollo's Chariot?
Ooh.
I'm going to have to say Nitro after this year. I know my list might not reflect that. I have a feeling my top 25 list is already outdated. But, yeah, Nitro.
Nitro's the better.
Nitro for sure.
Great American Scream Machine versus Loch Ness Monster. Dad?
Well, as much as I love the Scream Machine, I'd have to go with the Loch Ness Monster. It's just, there's some of the elements in there with the going in that mountain, whatever, that cave or whatever the hell it is, was cool. And it's just, it's a terrain coaster. It's not in a parking lot.
This one's pretty close because Loch Ness is a good coaster. You got the tunnel, you got the interlocking loops, but Great American Scream Machine it packed a punch. As soon as you left that lift hill, it was just intense until you hit the brake run.
I obviously can't say. I like Nessie, though. It was a good ride. 2021 rest of the year prediction. Haunt season will have a huge finish. Holiday will be same as last year, maybe a little more. Movie-wise, Spider-Man beats Ghostbusters and Top Gun. So I'm guessing this is looking at it more from a financial standpoint. I think Haunt will, like all the Haunts and Frightfest, that it'll be like ridiculously successful this year. And movie-wise, Spider-Man, I see that being like a total runaway success. Like, that will probably be the biggest movie since Endgame, quite frankly.
Yeah, Spider-Man is going to well, the Fright Fests are going to be good for everybody. As we see, everybody's pretty much getting out and about. Depending on the weather, the holiday in the park events, that's all weather dependent. And as far as the movies, it's going to be Spider-Man. There's no question. Because Ghostbusters fan base is getting too old, and Top Gun's fan base, who's going to go back out and see it? I'm not going to go to movies and see Top Gun. I'm going to go and see Spider-Man. Hopefully I don't get bit by bed bugs again, but that's what I'm going to do.
Well, we're going to go to AMC. We're not going to go to Cinemark. Brian?
No, I definitely think the Haunt, we're going to have a good season with the Halloween stuff. And once the holiday in the park and all the Christmas events, they're going to have a good season too. I think people were cooped up for a year and ready to spread some cheer. And Spider-Man clearly is going to beat these two movies. Like, Ghostbusters, they're killing that franchise with what they're trying to do to bring it back. And Top Gun, no one cares about a remake.
Nope.
No. Yeah, I agree with that. You know what? Maybe I should do like a spinoff series one time and just talk about my opinions on movies. Seems like a lot of you guys have interest in movies and whatnot. So maybe I'll try that out one time.
What about The Matrix?
That is not my department. I've never seen a Matrix movie. So,
And then
You
the
need to
Sopranos movie.
a lot of good movies coming out.
Yeah.
What do you think happened to Dorney's Gravity Group coaster? Cedar Fair got a little
Cold feet.
a little like this, if you know what I'm saying. You know, they got like this because they got like that during COVID and were very, very scared and did not want to spend money. So I don't blame them.
It's going to come.
I think it's on the back burner. I think probably what really happened that when they had the announcement of the virtual like meeting and every coaster enthusiast is like, hey, I'm going to log in and watch this, the plans be revealed. They probably were going to crash the system. So they're like, we're just going to cancel this meeting and do it because it got canceled. The whole meeting got canceled. So I think it's on the back burner and they're just like, yeah, let's wait for another time. And then with COVID, they're like, we'll just put this on the back burner.
They're going to announce it at Coaster Madness.
That would be nice.
I hope.
That would be cool.
Someone's going to ask that question.
I am.
Oh, I have written all the information written down too to ask that question.
I liked WandaVision because it kind of had a very domesticated House of M feel, which gives it its messy nature, LOL. Also, Wanda is supposedly listed as the villain in Doctor Strange or an anti-hero. I'm very excited to see what her role is in that movie. I think it'll be really interesting. I know they'll do something cool. I have a feeling, though, that she's going to almost become as powerful as Captain Marvel, like overpowered. Like, I don't like how powerful Captain Marvel is just because of the fact that it feels like she can't be beaten. And I hope that doesn't happen with Wanda. I mean, she should still be super powerful, but not, like, totally OP. So I guess it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, Captain Marvel is too powerful for her own good, really.
And Brie Larson,
who's going to beat her?
Idiot. She's just very, very bad at acting as Captain Marvel, if you ask me.
She overacts.
Yeah, tries too hard. Someone should dress up as COVID. You are right. I'm shocked. I haven't heard of anyone thinking that.
That's a good costume.
Just, I guess, like the red, whatever it is. I don't even know
what it's called. Ball.
Yeah, spiky ball.
Or dress up as Ace.
We should dress up as Ace. That'd be funny. I went to Atlantic City for 20 minutes, and I thought I was on the Assembly of All the Gangs in New Jersey. Yep. It's so bad there. It's not even funny.
Brutal.
We were there for less than an hour. Well, no, we were there for like 40 minutes. We were barely there any time. And even just that little bit of time, I was super skeeved out.
We couldn't even eat.
No. Hard Rock had like a 90-minute wait for you.
And there was tables everywhere.
Yep. Typical. Have a good night.
Thanks for chiming in.
Ooh,
Jersey Devil or Fahrenheit, Nitro or Candy, Ka or Stormrunner, Toro or Skyrush. I'll start. Jersey Devil or Fahrenheit, Jersey Devil by far, Nitro or Candy. I'm going to have to wait till I get back on Candy because Nitro's been incredible this year. Ka or Stormrunner, again, I need to get back on Stormrunner this year because I haven't ridden it in 4 years. Right now I say Ka, but it's because I barely remember Stormrunner. Toro or Skyrush? Toro, no question.
I'm going to come back to the first part of this. Candemonium, definitely better than Nitro. Stormrunner over Ka, and Toro over Skyrush. The Jersey Devil Fahrenheit, like Fahrenheit's a good ride, but it depends. If you have an empty train on Jersey Devil, then Fahrenheit wins it.
Yeah.
But if it's a full train on Jersey Devil, then Jersey Devil wins it.
Well, after 100+ rides on Jersey Devil, I'll take Jersey Devil over Fahrenheit. Not by much, though. It'll be close. Nitro Candemonium, that's tough. I mean, I'd probably have to take Candy by just a little bit. Stormrunner for sure, and Toro for sure.
We have someone chiming in on the chat. Jersey Devil, Candy, Stormrunner, Toro. Good opinions. Look at the city slicker with his fancy... What? I don't know. It's too cryptic for me to understand. Phil, what was your first coaster you went on?
Ooh. Runaway Train. Opening day.
July 4th, 1974,
Yep.
right? What's up, Chaz?
Hey, Chaz.
They should play it like the comics. Wanda is probably the most powerful Raw power-wise, but is limited because of her mental health, self-confidence, and knowledge. They did that with Civil War. That's true. That's true. I hope they take a more well-balanced approach. And just like that, it is time for another ad break.
No.
Give this one about 20 seconds. I have a feeling it might take a little longer. And then once the ad break is done, we'll take a look at the poll results. All right, I hope you're all back from the ad break. We're going to take a look at the poll results in the chat, and it looks like I won. Unsurprised.
Oh,
59% myself, 41% Bob, 22 votes total. So look at that, Bob. I am more popular than you. I am more well-liked than you. So screw you, Bob. I win. Anyways, I didn't get the credits, so I might have to go back. Yeah, good luck with AC. AC's a disaster. Would you rather deal with Ace member or Ace's member? I don't know.
Neither.
Neither's a good option. Yes, I need to make money. Top 3 coasters in Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
I'll start because I have a pretty good idea of this. Number 1, Skyrush. No question about that. Number 2 is Candemonium. And because I don't like Phantom or Phoenix very much, number 3 is probably Stormrunner. But it could be Phoenix. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Top 3 in Pennsylvania. I'm going to have to go Stormrunner, Skyrush, Talon.
Oh, I forgot. Oh, yeah, Dorney's wouldn't make my top 3 anyways. Dad?
I would probably go with Skyrush, Stormrunner, and that's tough, man. There's just so many that I like, but I would probably go with Talon myself. Same as
yeah,
Brian,
and Bob, I don't think any of us have ridden Steel Curtain. Correct me if I'm wrong. No, none of us. So, are you making a review on Pantheon when you ride it? You bet I am. I'm hoping that I can make Pantheon my 300th coaster. Because if you guys don't know what my coaster count is, it is currently sitting at exactly 299. So literally the next new coaster I ride is my 300th coaster, which is crazy. So hopefully it can be Pantheon. I guess we'll see. 1 Phoenix, 2 Skyrush, 3. Okay. I'm not that big on Phoenix personally. Haven't ridden Ravine Flyer 2, and I'm also not big on Phantom. So, there's that.
I like Twister better.
Hello, Jesse Steck. So, looks like we're out of questions. I don't want to end the stream quite yet. Got a good, 10 minutes before I want to end it. So, you guys want to talk about it? Oh, yeah, Dad, you got to bring up your rings.
Yes. So, there will soon be Filthy NJ and the Legend of the 3 Rings video.
Yeah, tell them how you found it.
So we're walking up the boardwalk, and I almost tripped over one of these. Not like I haven't tripped and smashed my head in the planter over there anyway. But
Great
I happened
adventure.
to pick one up, and then I found 2 more. Then I started looking around. They were all over the place. I could have got like a whole bucket of these rings, but I didn't. I just walked away.
So now it's just Filthy NJ and the Legend of the 3 Rings. That was funny though. Oh, it looks like we got another question. Ever thought of doing coaster building tournaments for Planet Coaster? I don't know, an idea for video filler ideas if you're ever in a slump on video ideas. That is definitely something I would do during the off season. Off season is when content is going to be running dry. I'm going to have specifically between January and March. That's where it's very difficult to figure out what to do. So I think you're definitely going to see a lot of more creative stuff at that time. I'm going to say until Holiday in the Park, but pretty much until interesting stuff stops happening at the parks, you're going to see a lot of vlogs. Of course, you're going to see a Little Devil update every week until it opens. And you're going to see some interesting stuff in between. Definitely want to continue some series. There's series like, the Why Blank is a great ride, the Public Thoughts, Front or Back Row. All of those I definitely want to make like mainstay series because I really enjoy making them. I had a couple ideas that I kind of wound up scrapping. I was going to do a what if style series, but someone else already did that for coasters and theme parks, so that's out off the table. Maybe if I come up with some more unique ideas, I'll definitely do those. I would love to do some more Planet Coaster like ride highlights because back a couple years ago, I guess I used to make Planet Coaster videos, like highlight the coasters I did with like music and editing and whatnot. I haven't done that in a while, but I would definitely be interested in doing this over the off season. Yeah, definitely. I think that'd be really cool to have like different categories and whatnot. If you guys remember back during the pandemic in 2020, I think for 10 weeks we had that live Q&A on quizzes. That was actually really, really fun to do. And it wound up working out because everyone was stuck at home anyway. We couldn't go anywhere. And by the time the 10 weeks was up, the parks were kind of starting to open back up. We could all go back out. So that was definitely really cool to do. So seems like my inspiration for interesting ideas tends to hit at the right time. So hopefully that'll happen again this off season. Is Bubbles the best coaster in Jersey? Of course. It's no other coaster that can even compare.
It's a good event though, at that story, whatever that place, Storybook
Land. You can't even remember the park of the best.
You know how tired I am.
Best favorite wooden coaster I've ridden. Toro.
Voyage. I had good rides on it.
If you guys don't know, I'm not too big on Voyage, personally.
We rode it quite
your dad, you guys
I rode it like 4 or 5 times.
The block breaks.
And I'm not going to Hollywood Nights. Oh yeah, it was dead stopping on the mid-course.
Yeah, no, and I didn't ride it during holiday nights either, but we had a good pace through the mid-course.
Everyone sighs responsive Voyage over Toro because it's like the people of Hollywood Nights. I'm not saying this about you, obviously, but the people of Hollywood Nights just overrate the crap out of it. Like it's so ridiculous. I mean, the expectations these people create for Voyage can't even be lived up to by Steel Vengeance, El Toro, by any other top tier coaster. They just can't be met. And I think people need to like take a step back and, I get you get hyped over an event, but there's a line you have to draw when you're, I guess, overrating a coaster. It's the best way to really put it.
Or you just don't listen to anyone, clear your mind, and ride the ride.
Yeah.
That's true too. Will Little Devil be more aggressive than Toro, Ka, and JDC? Yes, and it will actually be really, really aggressive. I've ridden it, and it's crazy aggressive. Yeah, it'll be a lot more intense.
I got something, Kyle, that you should definitely say.
What?
How about what you were telling me, the ride durations, right?
Oh, yeah. I actually did put together like a quick video. I'm not going to show it on here, but I had like a video with the big 4 of Great Adventures POVs all right next to each other. And I was a little wrong on Jersey Devil and Toro. They're basically the exact same length. Toro maybe has like 2 more seconds, but that doesn't include Toro's turn. That just like right into the drop for Toro and Jersey Devil. Nitro, when it's hitting the mid-course, that's basically the end of Toro and Jersey Devil. Ka basically ends at Nitro's turnaround from the drop. I think that's everything I remember. It was weird though. Shout that from the rooftop. I don't think he'll be able to hear me. He's probably too busy listening to Kanye West. Let's see. Voyage gets better the more you ride it. I think I prefer Toro, but Voyage is very close to the very best in the world. I've rode Voyage like 4 or 5 times too. So I don't know. I mean, the first ride, like I remember, I forget if we were in front row or back row, probably back row. We got to the brake run. We looked at each other and we're kind of like, that's it. That's really. I was very disappointed, and I mean, I thought it was a little better the more I rode it, but I couldn't ride it too many times because it was brutally rough.
But tell them about that trip, Kyle, when we stayed in that hotel with the toilet seat.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you all know Santa's Lodge. I mean, that's where most of the Hollywood Nights attendees stay. It's right down the road from Holiday World. That is one old hotel. The toilet seat would come down, and the door would hit it, so you'd have to lift the toilet seat up so the door could close. Pretty funny. I do really like that the top coaster, except for Ka, are pretty long. Yeah, I definitely agree. Bizarro is actually a really good length too. So like, you got Toro, you got Jersey Devil, Nitro, Bizarro. Green Lantern's a good length. A lot of those big rides
are the longest. You just sit on the brake run until you get back in the station.
It's true. You usually sit there for a while. Bob, I have about 50 voyage rides in the past 6 or 7 years, and about half at night. It's great, but definitely way overhyped by people. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Voyage in the pitch dark and the back row is as intense a coaster experience as any ride. See, I obviously haven't experienced it, but I think it's just elevated by the fact you're in the woods and you feel like you're out of control. I'm sure if someone had ride forces on an Apple Watch, it would not be as insane as you would expect, quite frankly. Like, I mean, I-305 is more intense, Ka's more intense, Toro's more intense, but, that's just my thoughts, personally. Now, it's 9:20, so before we go, I'm going to do a quick ad break.
Another ad break.
You got to do another ad break. Didn't do enough earlier on in the stream, so we're going to hit you guys with them now. Hopefully it's not too long. Give it about 30 seconds.
You going to Power Hours, Brian, or no?
Nah, I'm kind of done with the Power Hours. I got my rides on Ka and Jersey Devil. I'm good.
When do you think Toro's going to open?
Next year. If it opens sooner, then hey.
True, fair.
So if you set your standard for like, all right, it's going to open next year, and then when it opens this year, it's like, wow.
True, that's true.
Mind-blowing.
So I'm thinking the ad break's over now. Toro at night is definitely underrated. That's going to do it for tonight's stream. I really enjoyed this one. It was a lot of fun. Of course, thank you to my dad and Brian for being on the stream. Thank you to all of you who joined the stream, asked so many great questions. I do want to make sure I mention that October 10th. Wait, is it October 10th? Whatever day Coaster Madness is, that's a Sunday. Unfortunately, I will not be able to do the Q&A stream that's become weekly now. So, unfortunately, we'll have to skip that week, but it'll return the week after. So, what is that, in 2 weeks, I think, from now? So, we'll have next week's, and then we'll unfortunately have to take a break after that. But expect some more content coming this week. Thank you all for joining, and I'll see you guys next time.